First one, the downfall of wandering around town has two parts. And please explain them, the two parts.
Ooh.
Right. They look like two different vowels, but it's really two parts of the same vowel.
Yes, correct.
One is about wandering around in the morning.
Yeah.
And
but what did he do?
you're responsible for making sure everyone, there's a whole bunch of you there, a whole bunch of monks, and you're the one who's responsible to make sure everyone eats before noon. But it's like a little before noon and the food hasn't arrived yet. And without talking to your host, you leave.
Yes. Yay, great.
Yay.
And
Wait, what's the one that happens in the evening?
Yeah, but how about the second part? It's about in the evening.
Right.
Anybody remember?
I remember, but I don't get any money, so I'm not saying.
So you're wandering around in the afternoon, which is the wrong time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse than that.
Yeah, but what you did something.
And you go to the fourth or more than fourth family home.
Yeah. And there's a moment when you break the vow. Somebody remember?
Yeah, when you reach the door.
Yeah, when you reach the door of the
fourth house.
Then you break the vow.
Or the environs.
Oh yeah, environs. Thank you. Second one, please explain the vow, which is related to King's Palace. And there's an exception. You don't break the vow. What's the exception?
Somebody was talking about it. Yeah.
You have Zhou.
If you go before noon.
Broken the vow.
Sorry, what did Venerable Chunzum say?
If you go before noon, because you break the vow when you go between noon and daybreak.
Oh yes, you don't break the vow if you in the daytime. Yeah. And what's the exception?
If like Zhou, you inspire faith in others, and that's your motivation, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't it something about being
It had something to do with an emanation body.
Yeah. If you go there with emanation body, for example, you use your miracle or superpower to your motivation is to inspire others, then you don't break the vow. And Geshe used the example like you walked through the walls. Okay, the third question, please explain the downfall of disparaging the advices. It's related to Sojong.
Yeah, isn't it like you're talking during the sojong or something, or
Complaining.
complaining? That's right.
You're criticizing.
Yeah.
That the sutra keeps repeating over and over.
Thank you.
Yes. But what makes it worse? Somebody remember? If you complain with what motivation? Yeah, anger. Yeah. If you complain with the motivation that you are angry with the older monks, it gets worse.
Or you're scorning them, I thought.
You mislead them.
Yeah, and mislead them. And in that way, you not only commit this downfall. If you mislead them, then you commit another downfall of lying also. 3 Tibetan words. First one?
Lapa.
Lapa. We just covered this.
Trainings or advice.
Yay, great, Venerable Sunzum. Second, Zhou.
the afternoon.
Yes, late afternoon. Last one.
Cotton.
Huh?
Cotton.
Oh, cotton. I thought it is hemful. Sorry. Gesha, is it hemful cotton?
It's called tree wool, which is cotton. Yeah. Bush
Okay.
wool. Yeah. It's a joke. It means cotton. Yeah. Cotton. Yeah.
Yeah, let's about applying the cotton. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Gesha, I didn't have time to prepare the paragraph this time.
All right. I know you're on the airplane. So if you didn't do any of your reading, that means you watched 3 movies on the airplane. I understand. Okay. I'm jealous. I want to get back on a plane. Okay.
Oh, Gesha, the
yeah.
Finnish airport is so beautiful now. You will love it.
Yeah, there's nobody there, right?
No, a lot.
Oh, really? Oh,
Mm.
okay. Here we go. Let's get to work. Okay. So Gang's gonna check and Xiaoping's gonna read. Yay.
Okay. Tinh Hòa Thắng, Thiên Phà Đắc Phà Thắng,
Yên pa.
Yên Phà Đắc Phà Thắng, Trây Khi Có Rạc
Char ki.
Yar.
Yar ki.
Yà Khí Có Ra
Re chen.
Rê Chiên Nam Dê Lê Lạc Phà Chế Pê Tung Chê Ní.
Let's
Wrong.
read that. Let's read that much, okay? Because this one's too long. What's a dingwa?
The seat.
Yeah, the cloth seat of a monk. Yamagapa, I didn't know what it was, and I had to look it up. And it means a cloth, an extra cloth that you are allowed to have if you need to cover a skin infection. So if you have some kind of skin disease and you don't want the other monks to catch it, you're allowed to cover it with a cloth. You're allowed to have an extra cloth and cover the skin infection, okay? Then yarkiku reichen. What's a reichen?
It's a big cloth.
Yeah, and that's the monastic word for the summer raincoat. The monsoon season raincoat is called a big cloth. Okay, that you wear in the summer. Okay, and those 3 cloths, your cloth seat, a cloth that you use to cover your skin disease, and a cloth that you use to cover your head when it's raining, they all have their proper maximum size. They have their proper maximum size, okay? So sele lapa means you make one which is bigger than the maximum allowed measurements, okay? And the whole idea is that you shouldn't cheat and try to get extra cloth and use it for something else, okay? So so that you don't have a lot of possessions, so that you can meditate better, there's a limit to how big these 3 can be. All right, now please read. And who was checking before?
Sugan.
Please check now, yes.
Rani Ki Tinh Hòa Situ Kur Sung Thang Shen Tu Ku To Sok Juk
True Do.
Do Chu Do Sok Juk Le Lak Pa Che Pa Thang. Continue.
Let's break it. Let's break it there. It'll be easier for you. Yeah. So now they're talking about the size, the proper size of what?
The raining cloth.
Nope. What's this first one here?
Oh, sit.
Your dingwa, your seat, okay? Sidu means how long can it be? Sidu means how long can it be? True sum. What's a true, you guys?
Cubit.
Yeah, it's 24 finger widths. One, two, three, four, five, six. 24 finger width is a true from the end of your finger to your elbow. Okay, so how long can your seat be? If my true is 1.5 feet. So it can be
one arm span. Oh,
it can be 3. Okay, 3 arm spans long. That's pretty long for a seat. You know,
Yeah.
you got to have a big butt to get a seat that big. Okay. And the sheng means the width. Okay, and this author keeps misspelling sheng, which is interesting for me. So in width, it can be tall. Tall is an ancient expression for 2. Okay, in fact, it's the word 2 in Hindi. I don't know. So two truths plus 6 source. Okay, 2 truths wide plus 6 source. So that makes 30 finger widths total. Okay, you can have two truths and plus 6 source. Okay, that's how wide it can be. Okay, that's a really big bottom. Okay. Now, when you break the vowel, you make it tlakbar. What's tlakbar mean? Longer in either direction. Okay, tlakbar means you add extra claw. Okay, tlakbar means extra. If you make it longer than that, you broke your vowel. Okay. Now, the next one, we expect the size of the bandage. Let's call it a bandage on your skin disease, right? So here we go.
Yempa.
Yep.
Yempa dakpa sit tu kur chuk tang shen tu kur
True.
sung le
True.
chuk
True. Soon.
chu sung le lak pa che pa tang.
Yeah. Now the Band-Aid or the skin cover can be 6 truths long. 6 of these. Okay, that's about 9 feet. That's 3 meters actually. 3 meters long. And in width, it can be 3 truths, which is about 4.5 meters. Okay. If you make it bigger, you broke your vowel. That's a pretty big skin disease.
Yeah.
Okay. Sugang, you're still checking.
Yeah.
Ja ko rak cheng sit
Yargu. Yargu.
yager rek chen sit tu chu ku tang shen tu chu sum sok chok che le lak pa che pa sum mo.
Okay, so the last one is your raincoat for the monsoon season. And it can be 9 truths in length. And it can be 3 truths in width plus 18 finger width, okay? And if you make it bigger than that, you broke your vowel, okay? And sumo here means those are the 3 articles of clothing that we're talking about. A seat, a bandage, and a summer raincoat, okay? All right.
The whole exercise is just about not accumulating too many stuff.
Yeah, which fills up your hard drive, and then you can't meditate, and you can't study philosophy. Your mind is too filled up with material things, right? Okay. Every time you add one more material thing in your life, your concentration gets worse. Okay. Unless you're a bodhisattva who wants to use them to help people. All right, here we go. Utpala wanted to check. Venerable Utpala told me.
대신 좋고
Good.
대신 좋고 기대 클패 퉁치니.
Yeah. What's sugar mean? Venerable Utpala. Anybody? Sugar.
Robes?
Yeah, it means your robes. Okay. And you break this vow if you make your robes bigger than Daishin Shepa sugar.
The Buddha's robes.
Yeah. Okay. If you make your own robes bigger than Lord Buddha's robes, you broke this vow. Okay. And it comes from a kind of pride. Probably, what's his name? The nasty guy, the troublemaker?
Devadatta?
Devadatta.
Probably David Datu, I'm guessing. You know, he wanted to have robes bigger than his brother or whatever. Okay.
It's not all the robes, it's just the one part, correct? The chuga?
It's coming. It's coming.
Ah.
And how do you know
Please
how
read
big
out.
his ropes were?
Yeah.
It's coming.
Okay.
Utpala's checking. Alison's reading.
Răng là đều par
They
shin
were.
대화 shekpe ku seme shintu choker nam choker nam sunki ze de par shepe 대화 shekpe choker ki ze tu chepam Dele kyang lakpa chepatang lakpa chepatang deta chetu chupao.
Nice. Good. Okay, I don't know, let's liven things up. I'll give $50 for Dewa Shepe Kutse Me Shindu. Me Shindu. Dewa Shepe Kutse Me Shindu.
Buddha's body is like immeasurable, or it's a measure.
No,
Has no measure. Oh.
No, if you
Sorry, Kesha, they are giving me a test, so I need to open the doctor's waiting. Sorry.
Okay, you want to turn off your camera and your microphone, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
if you make it in a measure that is unlike the Buddha's body.
Nope. What's a Shindu in present participle?
Oh, measuring the Buddha's body.
It means even as Shindu, even as your body is me, the kutse of the Buddha.
It's not the measure of the Buddha's body.
Yeah, you don't break this vow if you're as big as the Buddha. Okay, and if you make robes for yourself the size of the Buddha's robes, it's okay if you really are the size of the Buddha and you need those robes. We're talking about someone who's not the size of the Buddha and wants to wear robes as big as the Buddha because they think it's a status symbol.
What symbol? Status symbol?
We call status symbol. Yeah, status symbol. Yeah, it means you just want to tell everybody, oh, my suit is exactly the same as Nick's suit, you know, and he's so handsome, so I must be handsome, something like that. Okay, so Me Shindu means, in fact, your body is not as big as the Buddha's body, but you still go ahead and the three parts of your religious robes. Okay, the three parts, two outer shawls, one big wrap around the bottom. Say, you make it the same say as the Buddha's robes. You broke the vow. Okay, if you're not as big as the Buddha and you don't need robes the size of the Buddha, but you just want to have robes the same size as the Buddha so you can tell everybody you wear the same size as the Buddha, you broke your vows. Okay. Dele kyang klapar chepa. You break it if you make it bigger yourself, or
You ask somebody else to do it?
yeah, you ask somebody else to make it for you bigger than the Buddhas. Okay. Now somebody asked me, how big is the Buddha? Well, here you go. Please read. And Nick wanted to check you.
Okay. Depa shekpe choker ki zeni situ depar.
Dewar.
Dewa shekpe kur
True.
ngọ,
True.
trụ, ngõ, thăng, sinh, tế, trúc, sung, in là, tế, war, sinh, thế,
Shekpe.
shếp phê, chung, khang, ni, khang, sak, tha, ma, phê, trúc, sung, ki, se, to.
Nice. Your reading's getting much better, shopping. Dewa Shepe Chugu Kitseni. Well, how big are the Buddhist robes? Okay. How big are the Buddhist robes? Well, in the C, in the length. Okay, so don't forget, you guys, in the future, C can mean length, okay? It doesn't have to mean samsara. In length, it's 5 truths of the Buddha. Okay, so the robes, the robes in length are in the length of the skirt when you open it up is 5 of the Buddha's truths. Okay, got it? No, that's a dome. This is a truth, right?
I know,
5
but
truths. Oh yeah,
4.
it's just a little bit more than your arm span. It's 20% more than your arm span. Okay, 25%. Okay, True Nga and Sheng means in width. 3 truths, 3 cubits. Xiaoping, we call this cubit in the old days. I'll spell it for you. We don't use it anymore in English much. Cubit. Okay, sorry.
But
okay. There's a word in English called cubit. It means elbow to finger. Elbow to finger.
true is not English.
No, true is Tibetan.
Okay, but the same thing, right?
Yeah, cubit means true. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't use it. It used to be used in construction work. People would measure with their arm. You know. Okay. True Nga. So, how big is the Buddhist robes? In length, they are equal to 5 cubits. In width, they're equal to 3 cubits. Okay. Then somebody's going to say, well, how big is a cubit on a Buddha?
Yeah.
How big is it from the elbow to the tip of the finger on the Buddha? Oh, Dewa Shepe True Kangni. This Kang means one cubit on a Buddha is equal to 3 cubits on a Kang Sak Tamelwa.
On an ordinary person.
Yeah, you guys know Tamil Nangshan. What's that mean?
Ordinary view, as opposed to
to believe you are not surrounded by angels. Okay, it's called ordinary view. Okay, here you see Tamil used in its everyday sense. Okay, so the arm of a Buddha is 3 times the length of a normal human arm. It means a Buddha would be about 18 feet high, 6 meters high. Okay. All right.
Those robes that size would be impossible to put on. If that was that much cloth.
It'd be impossible to disagree with him also. Yeah, how you gonna okay. All right, by the way, good news. We finished category 3. We finished category 3A. We finished category 3B. And we're ready to start category 4. And then we get to 5 and we're done with the whole book. Yay.
Geshe, so the vow we just covered, it's about pride.
I believe it's about pride. And I'm guessing it was, what's his name, the naughty guy?
Devadatta.
Devadatta probably, you know, he always wanted everything to be the same size as his brother, you know. So he'd probably take his brother's shoes and try to wear them if they're too big, you know. So that's all right, here we go. The next group of vowels is strange because there's only 4. We just finished 90, and the next group only has 4. And why they got to be separate, I don't know, but they're a little less serious than the last ones. Okay, small confession, and you're okay. Small confession vowels. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Please read, and I think Tim wants to check.
I
caught you eating. That's what happened.
Shall I continue?
Eating. He go read fast because he can't correct you.
Okay. Đang po ke long ma let se len pe sok shak ni. Nie tu ma yin pe ke long ma rang tung tu.
May.
Where?
Get and May. Get on ma. Get on May.
Ke long ma.
No, May.
Ke long me.
MAS. Yes.
Okay. Ke long me rang tung tu chuk pa te. Ke long ki pang ne jok nam lame tu chuk de sa wow.
Nice. Okay, good. Hang on, I want to check one thing. Okay, got it. Here's the first of the little confession bells, the 4 little confession bells. The name of it is taking say from a gelongma. Accepting say from a gelongma. What's that mean?
From
Yeah, accepting food from a full nun. Okay. First of all, the nun should not be your nedu,
Your relative.
close relative. Yeah. And she droops the food rang dundu. She makes the food for you. Okay. Or she goes and gets it for you. Okay. Gelongki pangne. This part means you kind of sneak off from the other monks, although it doesn't look like that. And you go and eat the food by yourself, either in a town or on the road. But you separate yourself from the other monks. You get the food kind of secretly from a nun, and you go eat it quietly by yourself. Okay. Then you broke the vow. It must have happened somewhere. Okay.
So the emphasis
So if you were,
is
go ahead, Alison.
Say again?
is it the emphasis is it that you separate yourself from the sangha, or also about you get the food from a nun?
I think the emphasis is that you take food from a nun that she made, which you're not supposed to do, and also you do it secretly.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, I need some new victims here. Who we got? Rob Haggerty, you want to check?
Sure.
Let's go. Okay.
Jerima Peppa Se Pum Tu Chupa Ma Dog Pe Sok Shak Ni.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Okay. Chelrim Bepa means you don't respect the ranks of the monks and nuns. So you ignore who's older, who's younger, who's been ordained longer. And you get the sponsor to distribute the food. Jim means to distribute the food. And you don't stop them. You don't stop somebody from getting the sponsor to distribute the food out of order, okay, to the Sangha, okay? Now, what's out of order mean? Here we go. Rob, you're still checking.
Okay.
Chinta ki nesu ke dung la ze chung pa na ke long me lepwa kang pa shek ne rang la tang po chum palm detak le rang la se lak pa chum pa sok pao. Sorry.
Okay, good. This is interesting. This is probably key. So you're at the sponsor's house, and it's time to distribute the food to the Sangha. And this shouldn't be me. And there's a nun, a fully ordained nun, who is senior to you in their ordination, okay? All right, so there's a nun sitting there. She's fully ordained. She is senior to you. She's been ordained longer than you. And then you tell the sponsor, give me the food first. Okay. Or you ask the sponsor to give you more than her because you're a monk and she's a nun. Okay. And when you eat it, then you broke the vow. Okay. So that's extremely interesting.
It is.
Since when is a nun going first before the monk anyway?
Right.
It's very interesting vow. It's very, very sexy. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe,
That's,
maybe that rule didn't get to Tibet.
I think it's the Me Too version of the rule. Okay.
That's the original version.
But it's kind of cool. All right. Next one, Xiaoping. Who wants to check you? Who do we got left here? Constance O'Brien. How is Mr. Brady feeling?
He's good. He just finished his yoga.
Really? He's just got out of bed?
No, he likes to do his yoga late in the day.
But is he okay? Is his cold finished?
Almost. He's been working a lot, but yeah, he's here. He is ATV. Come in, get your microphone.
Wait, we gotta show that he's still alive.
We need proof.
Oh, the proof. You have to stay long.
I can't see him. Okay.
You can't see him? Oh,
Hey,
maybe
yes,
on gallery view?
Oh,
There's so many people.
There.
There you go. Oh, he looks handsome. Okay. You feel okay?
Yeah,
too?
sometimes it feels like a combination of the worst sinuses I've ever had in my life. And I think that I gave Stanley apparently because he's now sick in Xiamen. It's a combination of the two.
I learned one thing: if you yell at your wife enough, it's going to give you a sore throat. All right.
I've lost that battle 5 years ago.
He never ever has yelled. Go back.
All right, Constance, you are checking Xiaoping. Here we go.
Okay. Kim tu chukpe so shekni rang tang no miki pe kim pa la de tung chik se mi lang par kim che ze rang ni ki kim dene tu rung ki se lang de so pao.
Okay, good. Connie says it was perfect. Kim de Juke Soshak means small confession vow where you enter the house. It's called entering the house. Okay. And what does it mean? There's a house which is not your family's house. You do not share finances. Okay, which means it's not your family's house, the family that you came from. And Gendin Chi with the instrumental means that by the Sangha, a trim has been made. Trim means rule. So Sutra means morality, but Trim means a rule. Okay, so the Sangha as a whole, the whole Sangha made a rule that say Milang, say Milen. Don't take
the food.
Yeah, do not go to this house. Okay, these people, they just had a death in their family, or they don't have much money, or they put poison in the food last time, or something like that. Okay, they make a rule that the monks and nuns shouldn't go, or the monks shouldn't go to this house to ask for food. Guess how you break it?
You still go?
Yeah. Rang ni ki kim dene, turungi se langde. You take your food which is at the right time of day from that family. And then you say sawa, sawa. You eat it. When you eat it, you broke the vow. Okay. It's not just when you took the food, you guess you have to eat it. All right. Okay. All right. One more of these short 4. And let's have the same checker. Miss Connie.
Okay. Nakma dakpa sope sok shani. Nak la sope jik cheki sakim pe ge dung la nien ku che pe ze nak new Niwa poi kang saki nakma niwa ranki set so pao.
Yeah, this is a funny one. Nakma tapar means you didn't check the forest and you still eat your meal. Okay, you eat your meal without checking the forest. Okay.
Is it related to
Nakla
last part? Oh, no.
It's like Nick. It's like eating a pizza in certain parts of New York, outside.
Oh.
Only
okay. Nagla sopa. It could be a forest. It could be some other place. If it's jikche, which means if it's scary, if there's a problem there. This is the jik and jigme, by the way, which means fearless one. The forest has dangers like wild animals. And in that place, some householder comes and gives the monks some food. Okay, they hand the food to the monks in a dangerous place. And there was a monk who was appointed to Nyulwa. Nyulwa means he's supposed to be the lookout. Lookout in English means somebody to guard the rest of you. You know, he's supposed to watch the forest. If he sees a lion, he's supposed to make noises. Okay. But the guy in charge of looking out, he didn't look out. He fell asleep or something. Okay. So if he's not looking, if you see he's not looking out, and if you still sit down to eat your food, you are endangering your precious body and you broke a vow. Okay.
Oh.
It's a beautiful vow, kind of a beautiful vow. Okay, here everyone should applaud and throw paper on Xiaoping's head because she has reached the 5th and final category of the monk's vows, which is a big thing. It's a big thing. And I have good news for you, Xiaoping. These are short and very clear.
Yes.
Yay.
Why didn't we read them before during the nuns' vows?
They are same.
In the nuns' vows, they said, we'll tell you later. Yeah, they're the same as the monks, okay? So we have not covered this, okay?
Yeah.
And there's 112. It's the biggest category, but they're all small.
Yes.
They're all small, not very complicated vows, okay? And they are divided into groups, okay? They are divided into groups by content, by theme. So the first group all relates to how you wear your robes, okay? The first group all relates to how you wear your robes. There's a subgroup about your skirt, and then there's a subgroup about your upper robes, okay? So here's the first skirt vow for a monk, okay? Please read.
Shamtap duk tumpo ma dumpo ma ker patang.
Yeah, magapa. This means you don't wear a round skirt. So the monk skirt is one piece of cloth. When you see it without a monk inside of it, it's just a circle. And you step into it and then you tie it up in a certain pattern. So if you try to make pants, for example, you broke your vows, okay? And you're supposed to wear a skirt, okay? Circular robes, okay? Dumbo means circular, okay? Shamtap means the lower robe, okay? Gopa means wear. So if you don't wear a circular lower robe, you broke the first vow. Okay. Like if you try to wear pants or something. Okay. Please read the second one. Who's checking? Dang. Is Inna? I haven't seen Inna.
They only come to the
she's
morning
asleep.
classes.
She's asleep.
Yeah.
Hey, Aisha and Anatol, together, you want to pick on her? Are you there? They're probably putting Kiri to bed. Venerable Jigme, let's go.
Fumo lama lepa. Jen?
J.
Zeng.
Oh, Zeng. Yeah.
Zeng. Patang.
And man, I had trouble with these vowels. I honestly think that the editor changed for the last 112 vowels. They're very badly written. It's a lot of work to fix it. So something happened. Maybe the original guy was busy, but the last 112 are a big mess. Okay. By the way, tomorrow is the 30th anniversary of Venerable Jigme becoming a nun. And we dedicate this class to you. All right. Pumola malepa means your robes, you tuck them up too high and they don't reach down to your knees. Okay, it's looks like a mini skirt or something. Okay, so pumo means, I'm sorry, that should be pumo. Okay, so malep means they don't reach down. I should say down to your knee. Okay. Okay, so you tuck the robes up too high, and people can see your thighs. Okay, then that's an improper. All right. And by the way, monks do have a system of tucking up their robes if they're doing construction or it's really muddy or something like that. Then that's okay. All right. All right, keep reading, and Venerable Jigme is still checking.
Long pu le ta le jokwa.
Jowa down yet. Jowa means hanging down. Okay. The robes are hanging down, but they go past your ankles. Okay. And that's a dangerous thing to do anyway, because when you step on your robes, they fall off. Okay. So why did Geshe-la put this note here?
Because doesn't tell in that sense mean like past as opposed to telling you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it went too far. Oh. The robes went too far.
Are you saying it's the root of the word telling you, like an absurdity?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's related. So tell means the robes went too far. Telngir means an absurd statement where you go too far, right? I think we discovered the root of Telngir. Thanks to Alison. Okay. Venerable Utpala, let's get the nuns in here.
Dushin Nawatang.
Yeah, this is hard. It means I believe it means the shape of the robes gets stretched out. In other words, when you tie your robes, one corner is tied higher than the other corner. And it looks like in the domsum, which I consider a superior treatment of this particular topic, he says the vow should be called elephant's trunk robe. And you tie your robes wrong, and the cloth hanging out looks like an elephant's trunk. And if you ever saw young monks learning how to put on their robes, it's exactly what it looks like. Okay, it means on the left side or the right side, the robe is too much tied up, and it hangs out. A big length of robe hangs out like an elephant's trunk. Okay, elephant trunks ropes. Okay, here it's called stretching the rectangular shape. Okay, all right. Okay, please read. And Utpal is still checking.
Shen tap ki ngo nang tak. Shangtak. Okay. Shangtak ki ngo nang tu le patang.
Tepa.
Tepatang.
Yeah, by the way, if you guys want to learn colloquial Tibetan, tapsigyap, say tapsigyap.
Tapsigyap.
It means to fold a piece of paper or fold a piece of cloth. It means to fold. Tapsigyap. Here it's tepa. So generally you put your robes on, you tie them with a belt, and then the upper part hangs over. But if you do the opposite and you tuck the upper part in, then you broke the vow. Okay, so you're not covering the belt anymore. People can see the belt. All right. Normally the belt should be covered by the top of the robe after you fold it over, but it should be folded to the outside, and it shouldn't be folded to the inside. If you fold it to the inside, people can see the belt, okay, which is illegal. Okay, it's like not usually you shouldn't tuck your shirt in if you're a monk, but if you tuck it, yes, I see it should look like that. The lower robe should look like you're not tucked in. Okay. All right. Chir changwa, it just means they hang down too far. The upper part of the skirt folded over goes too far down, like halfway down your leg or something. Okay. And again, when you see young monks, they generally don't get it right, and too much cloth is hanging over the belt and it reaches down to your thighs. Okay. That's the number 6. Please read the next one. Nick, are you checking?
Yes, sir.
Kalapatu tumpu chepa. Tumpu chepa de sham tap ki nampa tung tang.
Good. Karak means the belt, which is really just it's not really a belt, it's just a rope. It's a piece of rope. And karak padu, if you tuck the robes into the outside of the belt, you get big bags of cloth. So tumbu means a big ball up of cloth. And that concludes the first 7 of the 112 minor mistakes. That concludes the first 7 of the minor 112. And Xiaoping, they will give you the name of the group at the end. Okay. And then you're going to have to put the name of the group up at the top. Okay.
Okay.
So Sham Tapki Namba Dun means the 7 vows that relate to wearing your skirt. Okay. All right. And we finished the first category of the minor vows. All right.
Geshe, the emphasis about, sorry?
Go ahead.
So the emphasis about the clothing, how to wear the robe, is it that we wear it in a nice way so that people respect the Sangha? Or?
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing is that the Sangha should look, like when the Chinese military guys march around the airport, they all look exactly the same. They look extremely well dressed. They look perfectly the same. And when the monks go get food from the householders, they should all look like those soldiers in the airport who look very cool. They look very well dressed and like that. Okay. They should all look very neat and well dressed. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We got
We're over
time? Any
time.
time?
Oh, we're over time.
I think we're over.
Now we're at time.
Yeah.
We're at,
Okay. We'll pick up here next time.
Thank you, Geshe.
But you made it to the last group shopping. That's a big achievement. Okay.
Yay.
Next time is tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, that's suffering for me, but I don't mind. Okay.
Geshe, what do you estimate we can finish this book?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Before you
I'll tell you
mentioned
tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Okay.
There must be something long after the 112 because I don't recall that we were going to finish anytime soon.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll check. I was also asking myself the same question because if we're already into the last 112, and if we can finish 7 of them in like 20 minutes, maybe there's hope. Maybe we can finish this before you become a grandma. Okay.
We're 88% through it.
What comes after the monk's vows?
I don't know. Let me check. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Maybe there's something about Sojong or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
I was wondering myself. Okay. I'll see you guys in
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. Thank you, Xiaoping. Thank you for something we can understand.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Okay. See you soon.
Cool.